Less than a year after officially relaunching, it looks like the end is near for G4TV. Just like so many of us said, this was very predictable, because when you hire activists, when you hire people that constantly go out and attack a fan base in order to promote their ideology and their narrative, when they tell fans, if you don't think like me, we don't need you here, we don't want you here, you shouldn't be surprised when your entire audience packs up and leaves. And that's exactly what happened in the case of G4TV. I started to hear some whispers today about some breaking news surrounding G4, that there was going to be a big announcement about some layoffs and potential big changes coming in the future. And that's exactly what ended up happening, to the point where G4 has canceled all of their scheduled shows and streams for the day. Due to unforeseen circumstances, all G4 streams today have been canceled, but we will return with all our regularly scheduled content tomorrow. I guess we'll see exactly how normal it looks tomorrow once everyone finds out who's been fired, who's been moved around, and if they're actually going to be able to make these shows at the same pace they've been doing it before. But here's the story from Kotaku. G4TV hit with major layoffs less than a year after coming back. The home of X-Play and other shows, now on Twitch, faces big cuts. Somewhere between 20 to 30 staff members were laid off at G4TV today, according to 3 sources familiar with the business. The video game talk show network from the 2000s was resurrected last fall on streaming platforms like Twitch, as well as cable TV and also YouTube, but now faces major upheaval less than a year later. I truly cannot imagine the company continuing to produce our slate of content without the people that we lost today, says one employee. The timing and severity of the cuts took the staff by surprise, with talent showing up on set today ready to film, only to have programming canceled as HR reps met individually with employees. 3 sources tell Kotaku that G4's finances have been in bad shape for some time, and managers were tasked with looking for cost saving whenever possible. Things apparently came to a head during an all-hands meeting a couple months ago, when then G4 president Russell Aarons discussed the troubles the business was facing. Now, we talked about this in detail because, again, I had heard about this. I know a couple people that are familiar with what's going on right now at the new G4, and they told me some shit went down at their G forum that they had, and essentially that Russell Aarons, the woman who was the president of G4, that she got blamed for a lot of things. There was some bad blood, whether she walked away, whether she was fired, that's all yet to be determined, yet to be confirmed. But bottom line, they made an announcement that she is gone. All of that happened to coincide on the same day where everybody noticed that not only was Frosk's Rant, of course, the person who precipitated the fall of G4, the one person who probably deserves the most blame for all of this that is happening right now, all these friends and coworkers that are losing their job, it's because of Frosk when she went on her Sexism in Gaming rant, and they decided to stand by her. Well, Veridark noticed that they deleted that from YouTube. On the same day that the president exited the company, it was noticed that a bunch of views disappeared from the channel, and that video, Frost's Rant, was made private. And of course, I noticed when I looked back, not only did they private the video on YouTube, they deleted their tweet where they said, "We stand with Frosk and the women of the space." You guys know the rant I'm talking about. We gotta hear at least the first line so you remember it.
Sexism in gaming. In joining
Sexism in gaming. Those 3 words were ultimately what was the beginning of the eventual end for G4. And I tweeted out today, listen, I feel for all of the employees that are caught up in this, that didn't have anything to do with those types of decisions, that probably aren't ones that are pushing their narrative or their identity politics or whatever on people, that are fine with everybody watching their content. They just want to provide entertainment. But unfortunately, the few people that were in charge, that were making these decisions, that stood by activists like that hired activists like that led them to destroy their company, they're the ones ultimately to blame for all those people suffering right now. When you hire these freaks who only care about themselves and pushing their ideology and their narrative to the detriment of everyone else around them, that is a recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what G4TV Reborn has been, a complete and total disaster. Less than a year after relaunching, it looks like it's almost officially, finally dead. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.